Wyecliff Weekly, edition 28 from June 19th, 2026, centers on one idea: control. This overview tracks 3 linked developments in AI who can shut systems off, who can direct them to do real work, and who may end up writing the rules.
And that matters because the same week included a government forcing powerful models offline, Microsoft pushing more autonomous AI into Office software, and top lab leaders asking Group of 7 governments to shape global access.
The sharpest example came from Washington. On June 12th, the U.S. Commerce Department ordered Anthropic to stop giving foreign nationals access to Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. Anthropic could not isolate only those users, so it disabled both models for everyone, including on Amazon infrastructure. The rationale also widened over the week from a reported flaw involving harmful software guidance to broader concern about possible military use in China or Russia.
So the practical lesson is that a frontier model is not just a product. Access can be withdrawn very quickly, and that risk extends to any company built on top of it. The second lead story is Microsoft Copilot Cowork. Microsoft says it can take a job in plain language and carry it out across Outlook, Teams, Word, Excel, and calendars over hours or days, which moves the role of AI from answering questions to completing multi-step work.
Yes, more than half of the Fortune 500 tried it in preview, and Microsoft says it runs at a lower cost than Anthropic's competing offering. The shift for workers is straightforward. The harder skill is becoming review and verification, not just getting a good response.
Which connects directly to the week's broader control theme. The system is acting more independently, while the human role moves toward oversight.
And in France, Dario Amodei of Anthropic, Demis Hassabis of Google DeepMind, and leaders from other major firms met a group of 7 heads of state. They argued for tighter coordination on powerful models, chip trade, and risks tied to hacking, bioweapons, and intelligence. No binding deal emerged, but the signal was clear. Labs are asking governments to police frontier AI.
And allied governments now have to weigh the value of American AI against the fact that American access can change without notice. The shorter items reinforce the same pattern. SpaceX is buying AnySphere, the company behind Cursor. Meta is using public Facebook content in AI search answers without a clear opt-out path. Pew says about half of Americans now use chatbots, even as trust falls. And OpenAI with Visa points toward agents that can make payments within set limits.
That leads into the newsletter's judgment. The real fight is over the levers: who turns AI on, who turns it off, and who is accountable when the system acts on its own. For work, the advice is to know which models sit under your tools and keep a fallback. For daily life, it is to think carefully about how much data and routine you hand to systems someone else controls.
And the practical exercise this week is simple. Upload a spreadsheet to Claude, ChatGPT, or Microsoft Copilot. Ask for the 3 main trends, the biggest outlier, and 1 clear chart. That is a concrete way to build AI skill on an ordinary file.
The through line this week is that capability is no longer the only question. Access, governance, oversight, and dependence are becoming just as important as model performance.
And that leaves one open question hanging over all of it. As AI becomes more useful and more embedded, who should hold the switch when something goes wrong?